fans, yo, we coming hard.
It's time for Knicks Real Talk Hobby, going live on a televised or on blue skies with we. On that Friday night, Knicks with our Knicks constituents, lift the ultra trip. That's that Knicks orange and blue. I thought you knew it's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. We stand on business. Knicks Real Talk brand, you know we in this. We in the streets of Manhattan, people in the action, getting the people reacting, leading up to Knicks and he's getting it cracked. Cause it's game time. We in the world most famous. We're seeing the Knicks lock your team up. I be serving just like a subpoena. You know the Knicks fan. We feeling real giddy and litty. Cause the New York City gritty committee to beat the city by 50. Well, I'm about to get me a nice life with a smart quarter on ice. For a few bucks in the quarter to pay the order with my smart device. We and got them getting it popping in the Apple Watch. Let the home, let the partner stopping on their Apple Watch. And Knicks Real Talk, the team streaming on YouTube.com. We got two dudes doing good moves spot on, dropping them wrong. When the cops got a spot to dropping some of the hottest Knicks content that's up in your head. Enough said, you know, upstairs leaving the guard after they done got me back. Both like a cab to fly back to the triad, no jet lag.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Yo, salute everybody. What's good? Glad to be back in the building. Salute to everybody. We in the building, man. Knicks Real Talk, fan talk tonight. First and foremost, salute to everybody, man. I hope everybody having a great summer so far. Everything is going good with all my peoples, man. Salute to the chat, the family. Hopefully, shout out to get up here if you can get a chance to, man. But salute to everyone, man. I hope y'all really having a great summer, man. I'm glad to be back in the building with some Knick talk today. We're going to talk about everything. There's a lot going on in the off season, as you know, trade talk. We're going to talk about free agency and all that good stuff, man. Extensions and everything. So first and foremost, salute to my man, this Stand Still podcast. Daniel, Big Cass, my brother, was good. Coach, my man, was popping. Was good with every piece of the guard, a lot wide. Everybody, man, I'm glad to see y'all up here. Fabian, what's my man? What's going on with you? But I hope that everybody had Johnny David, salute. I'm just hoping everybody had a great summer so far. You know, and everything been going well with y'all, man. I know y'all out there grinding, doing the things you need to do, man. So I get it. I'm glad y'all got a chance to get back in. But we just want to get in tonight. Talk about some Knicks stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on out there in the atmosphere, man. So I'm really excited to be here with you guys. Haven't seen y'all since May the 19th, last game of the season. You know, we took an L, got out of the second round in 7 games, took an L to the Pacers. So you know, we here, man. 12 days ago seemed like a long time, but it wasn't. But hey, Knicks bailed out in the at the end of the second round, man. Just not enough firepower to maintain and do the thing they need to do to stay up in that piece. And obviously, the team that we lost to went on and got swept in the second round. I mean, the third round. I apologize for that. So, you know, it was like, well, what did you beat us for? Because y'all didn't go further. You got swept. So that just lets you know that I thought our team was a better team to go there and play Boston better than they played them. But obviously, it is what it is. So, you know, we make no excuses about what went on. But I'm just, like I said, I'm glad to be here with everybody, man. I hope everybody's doing well. But, man, it's the off season, man, you know, so we got to create some content for all my peoples in there and everything like that. And I'm really excited about getting in here, man, the real talk, because there's a lot of things going on out there in the atmosphere about the Knicks, a lot of speculations, trades, free agency, who's going to sign, who we're not going to sign, and all that good stuff. So I'm really looking forward to the conversation. But really, this is about you guys tonight. It's Knick fan talk tonight. You know what I mean? I really created this content tonight for you guys, you know, more or less to get your feedback from what's going on out here in the trade world and speculation and so on, all the Knick chatter. So I'm really excited about that, man. But let me bring my brother in the building, man. And you know how he get down. Chop Howard's good, my man.
Peace, Divine. Sorry I'm a little late, man.
You're good, my man. You're good. How you doing?
I'm good. What's going down? Salute to the chat, the family in the chat. Salute to you, Divine. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Yeah, real talk, man. And like I said, it's good to see everybody. Chop Howard has been since May 19th, two weeks ago almost. We bailed out the second round. So, you know, it's been a crazy summer, man. But like I said, there's a lot of instant conversation going on out there. So I really want to get in here tonight. I know it's a Friday. Everybody probably out and about the city or wherever they at, and they're doing the damn thing out there, which is a beautiful weather. So I'm quite sure they're out there having fun. But there's a lot of stuff going on, man. Believe it or not, you know, and I just want to get in here and be a part of it with these guys, man. Just to create some content for my family, our family up in the building, man. And you know, we got the Stincher stuff going on with Jalen Brunson and Coach Tibbs. Obviously, got the Hartenstein possibility, or Anunoby possibility from that free agent standpoint. And Noby's not really necessarily a free agent. He just got to opt out, become a free agent. But things like that, Hartenstein names out there. You know, we got a lot of guys like Alex Burks, Bogdan. I mean, you know, you name it. But we're gonna get into all that, man. But it's been how would I say? The last 2 weeks been kind of, you know, when you don't got that Nick basketball player, ladies and gentlemen, it's different. You know what I mean? The guy is not playing. So, you know, you look at it. I haven't even watched no basketball, believe it or not.
None.
Since the Knicks got eliminated, you know, so they got sent to Cancun with everybody else. So, but I thought I had the Minnesota Timberwolves beating Dallas, but that didn't go that way. Luka and Kyrie wasn't having it seems like. So, you know, now you got Boston and obviously Boston and Dallas in the NBA Finals. Should be a good series with all the dynamics with that. Kyrie once being in Boston, leaving that on a sour note, and you know, but him and Luka doing a damn thing. But you know, it's all about our Knicks, man. But you know what? You know, I'm really excited about this all season. A lot of decisions, and we're gonna talk about it. But tell me how you doing, man. What you've been doing for the summer shop? How what's going on with you, my man?
Well, Divine, everything has been good, man. Weather's starting to break a little bit. You know what I mean? I started some new things at my job and stuff like that. Things are going great. I mean, a positive outlook going on. You know, funny thing, I was talking to one of my he's like a therapist, physical therapist. And you know, he knows I'm a crazy hard Knicks fan and stuff like that. And I threw some innuendos out to him. I threw some things like, well, me and you talked about, Divine, right? Because he really, like, I think he might be on right now. He'd be sneak listening, probably leaving a like or something like that. So if you're on, Fly Guy, anyway, this one for you. You know, the things that we talked about. You know, he's like, man, I want to hear you. You're such a Knicks fan. He said you're such a content creator. You start to make stuff up, and it made me feel good because I caught his ear with it. So hopefully tonight, when we talk about some of these things in here, I can catch our ears too. You know what I mean? Not saying none of this stuff is going to happen. It's all this is the part where we talk a lot of hyperbole, the stuff that maybe could happen. It is possible because that's exactly what happens with the Knicks all the time. You always hear the Knicks are getting Giannis, they're getting Embiid, and they're getting Paul George, and they're gonna keep Randu and all these other trades. Everything gonna keep everything. So let's talk about it, Divine. I'm ready.
Okay, yeah. Hey, because I you know we keep it 100 all the time. Let's say possibilities, not hyperbole.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's some things that make you go hum.
Hey, yeah, man. Listen, man. I'm like this here. Sorry, Frank, I can't throw the politics up here. I apologize for that, man. We know with this Knicks talk, man. We really ain't caught up in all that stuff, but I understand where you're going from with that. But yeah, man, you know what? Shout out. It's been a lot of interesting stuff talked about right now outside in the Knicks world, especially what's going on out there. A lot of stuff going on, you know what I mean? So we just gotta kind of
Sorry.
Yeah, keep our eyes open, our ears to the ground. We got things like, you know, what the Knicks gonna do with Julius Randle, just due to the fact of the extension talks, you know, and all that stuff. Steve Popper got an article out there about, you know, Randle do want to continue with this thing with the Knicks in the playoffs to make that playoff run, but also then you got to talk about the extension because August that extension thing is going to be on the line for him, and obviously in July, Jalen Brunson's extension talk going to be there. I know they're going to probably wind up doing Jalen Brunson. So we got to understand what they're going to do with Julius Randle in August. So that's something that's out there for us. Steve Popper got a good article about that. Now, obviously, you got Johnny Bryant getting interviewed by the Cavs. The Knicks are granting him permission to talk, have an interview with the Cavs. Obviously, you know, him and Don Mitchell go back to the Utah Jazz days, got a good rapport with him. So I can possibly see Johnny Bryant might go to Cleveland as the head coach. And now that Bickerstaff is out, Johnny Bryant, especially if Don Mitchell re-up with the Cavaliers, you know, so we got to look at one of our top assistant guys who've been under Tibbs' tutelage for the last 4 years, whatever, possibility going out there to Cleveland. Obviously, you got that going on. You got the Hartenstein possible noise out there where he take probably around 14, 15, 16, or somebody offering close to 20 if he's going to bolt out of New York. That's out there, stuff like that. So I just want to get you guys' reaction on a lot of this stuff, man. Because this is really more about what you guys feel about this whole thing, and that's why I wanted to have the show tonight, man. So I think let's just start off by saying, you know what, we know Jalen Brunson obviously and Tom Thibodeau will do for extension. I'm quite sure both of them will get it. I think they're the two foundational pieces for the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau and Jalen Brunson. I mean, that's the captain giving the order to the lieutenant right there. You know what I mean? So I can really see them guys really getting their extensions. What do you feel about this extension thing with these two guys? And Jalen Brunson could sign for like 150, 180 or something like that.
I think it was 156. Wasn't it 156 or something like that?
Right.
All right. For me, first of all, like you said, Divine, you sign Tibbs. You know what I mean? You give him another 2-3 year contract or something like that. You know what I mean? There may be some talks about Johnny Bryant going to Cleveland, and he may want to go to run his own team. As they say, as I heard, Bryant is running the offense and Tibbs is running the defense. You know what I mean? So with that being said, he knows how to run the offense. We played pretty good offensive basketball this year. Looking at the standings and the stats, we were top 10 in the league in almost everything. You know what I mean? So Brunson, and this is another thing with Brunson, man, because this what I hate about not seeing Knicks basketball, because then I start doing things and I start thinking too much. If we really think about it, Brunson has been with us 2 years now, right?
That's correct.
He's got about $50 million already. If they offer him a $156 million contract, Brunson would be paid with the Knicks for six years, $200 million. All right, so let's stop talking about he's not getting the money. He's going to get about $156 million. He's starting to get a lot of. If you haven't seen him on commercials, then I don't know why you haven't. Because in New York, he is getting. I see a commercial with him and all the other players and him with the Dunkin' Donuts thing now. And he's probably going to get a shoe contract pretty soon coming out of New York with what he wear, Adidas, Nike. He's probably going to get a shoe deal. So I believe Brunson is a team player too. So I think if you do the math, he's already got what's his contract, 25 and 25 or something like that.
Yep, here you go right here, my brother. I'd be glad to put it up there for you guys right now. Jalen Brunson in 2024, 24.9, 25 and 25. So if he's willing to take less and you throw the 156 in there, you're pretty looking at pretty much 200 million around
200 million, exactly. You know what I mean? So now we can equate him as being one of those superstar players on a lovely contract. His money will go up a little bit in the next couple of years, but overall, a $200 million player for 2 years plus another 4, that's 6 years. I'm with that. You know what I mean? And I think he'll do that. Plus, with all the endorsements that he's getting like that, and he loves New York right now. You know what I mean? And he's one of the guys that talked about loving to play under Tibbs. So I see that's a marriage made in heaven. Give him the 156. If you take the 156, that helps out us with our taxes. The biggest thing about this whole Knicks thing that we are about to talk about is follow the money. It's all about the money.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
I think you take one. I think you take 156. I think you take 156. And I mean, he's already got $50 million already. Another 156. That's $206 million over 6 years. That's a decent contract.
Yeah. I definitely do think that he will take the extension at 150 something because he know where he want to go is where his boy at right now and his previous team, Luke and them in the finals. So I do think you take that money, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to do other things, not only stand under the tax, but to be able to help sign some guys who they might have to go over, like Hartenstein and guys like that, and Anunoby and them. I don't know. So I definitely see Tibbs. I do think Tibbs gonna go 5 years. I don't see nothing less than that. Not too many coaches of his stature are gonna take a 2 year, $2 year deal. I think he gets a 5 year deal, $10 million. Something 12 million, something like that. It don't got nothing to do with the salary anyway. So I think James Dolan, because of what he has done since he's been here, 4 years, 3 playoff runs, could have had a couple of deep runs, one from injuries. So I do think Tibbs will definitely get get this attention that I think he would end his career coaching the Knicks. I'll put it like that. I think this might be his last hurrah. He's 60-something years old. This will take him to probably down there 70. Him and Leon Rose them got a really good understanding, and like I said, you got to reward what he did. He bought this franchise from nothing in 8 years to 3 years and 4 years, and we got to the playoff 3 times. He got more playoff appearances than the last previous 12 coaches together.
Facts.
Playoff wins than the last previous damn it 8, 9, 10 coaches. So I don't have a problem with that. Took care of us. I think him and Jalen Brunson is definitely a lock, ladies and gentlemen, to get that extension. It's well deserved. It really is. I have no problem with what he did and all that good stuff, man. So let's see how that goes. But before I go any further, salute to everybody who came in late. Nick 100, the GM, salute to you. Big task, everybody, man. Salute to everybody. Parrish, my man, what's popping? Salute to everybody, man. I hope y'all having a great summer. Frank Matos, everybody, man. I hope y'all having a great summer so far. You staying healthy, you staying wealthy, and you staying wise. First of all, the main y'all healthy and everything is good. Y'all just enjoying this beautiful weather up and down the coast, man. So, but I'm really looking forward to once we get them two guys out the way, what happens next with the organization. We got a lot of decisions to make. Obviously, like I said, Julius Randle's situation is going to be interesting because I just don't think the Knicks going to be able to extend Julius Randle's shot powers just due to the fact that what he probably would be asking for per se. So that's going to be very interesting to see what Julius Randle, because if you look at his numbers, I want to just put that out there right quick, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat. We'll talk about the Julius Randle situation right quick because he's a big piece. He's a number one. He's a number 1B, a 1A, whatever you want to call it, with Brunson. So, he's going to be an interesting situation because as of right now, Julius Randle is pretty much 2024. He got $30 million on the table. He got a player option for 2025. So you talk about 2 years, 60-something million. What is he eligible for? Julius Randle is eligible for a pretty big contract, if I'm not mistaken, coming up, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to be a decision they got to make in August. They don't sign him right then, or what the case may be. What's you guys thoughts on that? And especially in the chat and everybody, because this is about y'all guys to hear. What's y'all situation and with y'all gut feelings? What do y'all want to see with the Julius Randle situation, ladies and gentlemen? I need some of y'all feedback because it's going to be an interesting situation with him. Like I said, Julius Randle this year coming up, $30 million, and then he got a $32 million player option. And if I'm not mistaken, don't Julius Randle got a trade kicker? So
yes, I believe he has one.
Mm-hmm. So Sao Paulo, to me, $30 million. Fabian said running back. I don't have a problem with that. I agree. I would love to see a lot. I mean, believe it or not, I want to see Bogey come back, but just let me stick to the Julius Randle thing. He is right now got 62 million, about 63 million or something like that, 62.5 million on the books, almost 63 for the next 2 years. And knowing that in August they can extend them. Number one, shot powers. Do you think they're gonna extend them? Number two, do you think we got the money to extend him? Jalen Brunson, Anunoby, Hartenstein, Precious Achua, you name it. So what's your gut feeling with this thing with Randle? And do you want to see him stay? Do you want to see him get extended? And do you think he's going to get extended?
Julius Randle's been here already, 3 years? 4 years? 4 years he's been here. First contract was like 21 million. Last 3 contracts was 28, 29, and 30 million. He got 2 more years. So him being here already, he's almost $100 million man. You know what I mean? He's almost $100 million man. You know what I mean? So I think Julius is a team player as well. And we have seen it before. And I don't think Julius with another extended contract with somewhere between starting off at 38 and dropping down to 35, I think he'll take another 4-year contract. You know what I mean? With another 190 to 60, 120, 150 million. He'll be another 140, $150 million player too. You know what I mean? He's got the sneaker deal now. He's been on commercials, and I still see him in some commercials. I mean, he got a good commercial with him and his son in it, and them doing something in New York or something. So I think Julius Randle, Julius Randle is the key for everything this year. His name is going to come up the whole trade deadline. And I mean, give me 1 second. I'm still talk though. He's going to come up the whole trade deadline. I mean, so with that being said, Julius Randle is going to be, maybe a bargain chip. Maybe we can see Julius in a trade this year. You know what I mean? But there's a big feeling for me that the Knicks like Julius Randle, and if he went down this year off a freak accident, getting undercut, someone trying to draw a charging foul on him when they couldn't get the charge foul, we may still be playing basketball right now. You know what I mean? But with that being said, I think Julius, you know what I mean? As a fan, I want Julius here, you know what I mean, to come back next year, and I think he's gonna build off of what they started. You keep OG Anunoby, you got DiVincenzo, you got Brunson, the best month of the NBA these guys had, you know what I mean, all on the court together. Hardenstein, Brunson, OG, Randle. We went 12-4, something like that, 13-4, something like that. Some of the best basketball we've seen with all of these guys, and the guys running up the court happy, they high five, and you see them dunking the ball. Guys is playing some good basketball. I would love to see Julius Randle come back, but with the aspect around it, his name is going to come up tonight in trades, and there's a lot of fans that always wanted to trade him. And I'm going to throw some options out there tonight. If I got one or two, I don't want to, boil it down, but to see if you really want Julius to be here or if you're ready to make another move.
Yep. Yeah, just let me allow why. The reason, even though Brunson is not eligible for extension this year, but the reason why I think they're going to do it because going into that next year, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's eligible for $260-something million. So I think that's the reason why they might want to lock him up now. This year, because he will be willing to give up some money. Because I think going into next year, he'd be eligible for like $200-something million, more.
If I'm not to cut you off, Divine. If he gets the money, next year's salary will still be on this contract coming up, the following year will start the new contract. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's how it's going to work.
Yeah. For me, when it comes to Julius Randle. No doubt in my mind, he should get and do what he's gonna do. But like I said, because in July for Brunson in August, they are eligible to get an extension. Not that you don't have to, but they are eligible to get one. So I don't think there's no rush to sign Julius Randle. I don't think, but I do think you go ahead and do Jalen Brunson in July. Just go ahead and get it out the way, because if he get to go to that the higher number, I guess what I'm saying. I don't know how that's gonna work salary cap wise. I don't know what the Knicks situation is gonna be.
I think the Knicks are gonna play. It's no more talking about salary cap no more. We're gonna be in the salary bracket. As long as we can stay under the apron, that second tier, we are going to definitely be in the luxury tax. No question about it. I think we were in the luxury tax this year, not by much, or maybe we just were under it. Just was under it by a couple of $1 million.
$8 million, I think, or something like that.
A couple of $1 million, you know what I mean? So we were just under it. So we are definitely going to be in the luxury tax. I think that the Knicks want to be under that luxury apron, that next word that they talk about, that apron, that red line.
They were 21 million under. 21 million under the
21 million. Wow, that's even more surprising. I thought they were a couple of
-8 in cap space. They got a 149 million .6 roster and 149 million total. So it was like 8 million under the cap, which was about 54.
Oh, 8 million under. Okay, all right. Oh, so that's what's up, because I know we ain't got too much money. So with that being said, You know what I mean? The next team that we have, we're going to be in the luxury tax. That luxury tax that you always hear about, we definitely in there.
Right.
The option for the Knicks is to stay under that apron. That's the next one. It's the luxury tax, and that goes from a couple of $1 million, or 10 million, for 20 million, whatever the $1 million is, until that they don't want to go into that apron, that one that's over the luxury tax. I think there's steps to it. Over the luxury tax, I don't think the Knicks are going to do that unless they're all in on if they get Giannis or if they get some crazy, somebody that's just that dude, you know what I mean? So, I think they play they're gonna be in the luxury tax. They're gonna probably be higher in the luxury tax, closer to the apron. But I think with Brock Island and all the rest of these guys, they'll work it out where they're in the luxury tax but not paying the apron tax, because that stops you from doing a whole lot of things. Take away your first round picks and all these other things that is incorporated into that apron tax.
Yeah, real talk. Salute everybody in the building, man. Let me read some of y'all thoughts. Because y'all guys are really throwing not so much of the banter between each person, but more or less about the topic itself. We'll talk about that. So a lot of you guys comfortable with Julius Randle coming back. I guess I am as well. I have no problem with Julius Randle. He paid his dues in New York, and he's been a good soldier for us.
Thanks. He brung us here.
Paris said, I think Julius finally understands what winning basketball takes. He had really improved just before he got hurt. That's facts, Parrish. He, you know what, and I think a lot of that had to do with Jalen Brunson, because you know what, you're only good at the guy that's around you. So I agree with you with that sentiment 100%. Once Jalen Brunson came in, it took the pressure off of Julius Randle. Julius Randle literally had to be the guy in New York, and that's a lot of weight to carry to me, being the number one dude in New York City. You know what I mean? So knowing that when they brought Jalen Brunson in here, it kind of took a lot of weight off of Julius Randle. And that's what happened when you got two good players on the court. It makes you a little bit less dependent on to carry the team. And I think that was a good thing, Pastor. I agree with you 100% on that. And Coach said, no, we went small because Randle, OG, and Mitchell were injured. That's facts right there. That's the only thing that reason they did that is that, when we got injured, you just took you took what you had in the starting lineup in the bench. You took the bench and put it in the starting lineup, but your team became weaker because now your bench got weaker. So you're 100% on there, man. Randle, OG, and Mitch, if that they wasn't injured, this would be a whole different ball game. So let's hope that they come back next year a little bit more healthier and then everybody locked in, and they'd be okay. He said Brunson might extend to secure his future. That don't kick in, right? And that's fact. That's why I'm what you want to add a lot. Why that's why I think he might do that, just for that reason that you put out there. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Because you know what, like even Julius Randle took less that year. RJ took a little bit less that year, even though he was eligible for more. And I think Jalen Brunson's going to do the same thing because I know he want to make sure this team got enough flexibility to go sign some of the players that they already have. They probably want to run the whole thing back, which I'm perfectly fine with. Sharp Powers and so I do think that you will see Jalen Brunson make that happen this year, and I just think it's the right thing to do for sure. And I would say that. But it's going to be interesting, when in the next couple of weeks, because all this stuff really started happening. Like I said, once the literally the NBA season is over at the Dallas or Boston, whoever, once that series is over, I think you will see a lot of start moving and shaking, because there's a lot of stuff out there about the Knicks and what they could do. So, I'm like I said, I'm really perfectly fine with these guys doing what they're doing. Julius Randle will have Miles Turner and see I can play defense with absolutely, for sure. I think that was the big thing when he didn't get to play in that series, because I think that'd have been a whole different ball game for sure. But let me ask you a question, Shaw, and the chat and everybody. Salute to everybody in there, man. Everybody in the chat. I'm glad y'all in here with us, man. Salute to everybody, like I said. Isaiah. Let's talk about Isaiah Hartenstein, because that's another interesting scenario. I mean, with all this cap money and with the way the Knicks cap situation is, blah, blah, blah. This cat is obviously eligible to get extension as well. You know what I mean? He's about to get his money. OG about to get his money. It's rumors out there anywhere from $80 million up to $80 million. But if somebody go north for $80 million, close to 100, just say because somebody got the money. Not saying that, whether he worth it or not, because if a team willing to use Hartenstein and willing to pay him more than the Knicks going to offer him, do the Knicks let him walk?
Divine, I don't think Hartenstein is going nowhere. I
Okay.
think someone has to really give him a bag for him to want to leave New York. He has a great chemistry with the Villanova boys, and him and Mitchell Robinson is homeboys for real. You know what I mean? So what's the most he can, you said 80 million, so that's like 20 million for 4 years or something like that, Divine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think even if he gets $100 million contract, I think we can we offer him 5 years or something like that? I think we can, because we got his rights or something like that. Whatever it is, I can't remember right now. But I think Hartenstein's staying. And I think Hartenstein, if we offer him 17 and someone else offer him 23, I think he's staying. I think he's staying right here. It's no way that you could tell me, and unless he's going to one of the top 16 teams in the East. I mean, in the league. You know what I mean? Unless he's moving to one of the 16 teams that made the playoffs this year or something like that, maybe he might consider it. Because with this team, we're playoff bound every year, and he sees it. He knows that he has fun here. He likes playing with these guys. So if you're telling me that someone wants to offer him 24 and the Knicks can offer him 18, 19 or something like that, he's staying. I think he's gonna get it. And I mean, if it's 80 million, I think he's gonna get somewhere around that number, 74 to 80 million dollars. And I think he's gonna be. He found a home now. I believe the guy's stats last year: 8 points. I think it was 11 rebounds, almost 3 assists a game. I was pushing for him to get 4 assists a game, but he got almost 3 assists a game. He got like 1 block a game, one almost 2 blocks a game, 1 and some change. He got like 1 and some change from steals and stuff like that. The guy's an awesome player, and I think he excelled playing with the Knicks, and I think he sees that for himself. If it was for the money, if it's a big bag, now you're talking about somebody, we offer him 17 and somebody's offering him 27. Yeah, you know what I mean? I think he might bungee too, but I don't think his stock is high, but I don't think it's that high. At least I hope it ain't that high for opposing teams. I hope that we can cover him up and get him somewhere around 16 to 20, not even, maybe somewhere around $16 million. Almost a contract like Mitchell Robinson got. Something similar to what Mitch got.
You know what? Just from my point of view, ladies and gentlemen, for me, here's what's interesting about that. Hartenstein, I would give him around Mitch money. Here's the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, to me, I don't want to go too high over. This is the reason. Miles Turner was kind of giving it to Hartenstein in that playoff. He literally was. And what I'm concerned about, because of Mitchell's injury history, which the reason why I think Hartenstein would have had a better year, because he had the Achilles injury, and because Mitchell Robinson was out, he had to go in for Mitchell Robinson, and he was playing hurt most of the year. So if Mitchell Robinson wouldn't have got hurt, you probably had a really crazy good Hartenstein. I think he had a great year. I think he would have had a better year if Mitchell Robinson wouldn't have got hurt, because due to the fact when he was ailing a little bit, he wouldn't have had to maybe play as much as Mitchell Robinson was there. You know what I mean? Shaw Powell was like, he even though he probably played that night, he probably didn't really want to play that night because his foot was affecting him. So I think because of Mitchell Robinson being hurt, Hartenstein had to go in there and on that Achilles that was bothering him throughout the year and play on nights where you could see he didn't have the movement sometime. He wasn't grabbing. Remember when he was grabbing 14 rebounds, 17 rebounds, double-doubles, but when he got to the playoffs, it kind of tapered off, and I think that might have to do with his foot, you know what I mean, or the Achilles, whatever the case may be. So I'm good with giving Hartenstein 17. I don't know if I would go anywhere near 20, though, but just because I'm just concerned about, is that Achilles going to aggravate through the season? Only reason for me is because from a business standpoint, will that Achilles be able to give him 72 games? Give him 7. I think the year before he played all 81 games, right, Shaw Powell? Damn near.
Yeah, he played. I think he played almost everywhere, 81 or 82, something like that. He played almost the whole season. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm hoping if you can get that Hartenstein back and what he means to this team and his skill set and everything, I am more than fine giving it to him. But I am concerned about that. I'm concerned about him and Mitchell Robinson, obviously, because these guys are big dudes, and where they getting hurt at is on one of the smallest parts of their body, their damn feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm always concerned with the weight coming down on them. It's not about the skill set for me. It's about as a put on the GM hat. How much are you willing to sacrifice unless you get a contract and they got certain stipulations in it? Well, like Anunoby gonna have to have stipulations in his contract. You got to play a certain amount of games, blah blah blah.
He next.
Yeah, right.
He next.
I just got to put that in there to compare that with
I feel you.
Hartenstein. And does Hartenstein go through the same thing with this situation? A lot of Wise said Earhart has been injured since he got here with that Achilles.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It gets better, then it acts up, then it gets better, then it gets real good, and then they go real bad. You know what I mean?
So if you look at Hartenstein, you look at Mitchell Robinson, I don't know if the Knicks going to keep both of them. That's just my guess. And he's out there too. Mitchell Robinson to the Warriors. Hartenstein, if New Orleans willing to give him close to 20, like my man, somebody in the chat said OKC. You know what I mean? To put him there with Chet Holmgren. It's a lot of So I don't have no problem signing iHeart, but I don't want to get too crazy. I'm gonna tell my I. What I mean, I just mean from my thought process. I don't know what the Knicks is thinking. For me, as playing GM on a podcast, I don't know. It's this tough situation because it's more about the injury. That's all it is. So we'll see how it goes. But he's been what I love about iHeart. You can't take away his heart. You can't match that. You know what I mean? His skill set with the passing, that jump shot in the lane has been money. The pick and pop game with Brunson, all that's been money for us. But I noticed he wasn't really getting them rebounds at the end of the season like he was when he was doubling when Mitch first went down. So I do think that had a lot to do with him getting off his foot. So let's see how it goes. A lot of people in the chat say, they fine with it. But we'll see. That's going to be an interesting dynamic for the Knicks. It really is. Him getting his 17, Anunoby getting around 30, 35, 30. Well, at least 30. And then that means you got to move on from Bogdan. And don't get me wrong, so I'm leaning with keeping them, but I'm not going over $18 million to keep Hartenstein. I just don't know if it's going to be feasible what we trying to do here in New York. But if we do that, Shop Howard, that means we got to let somebody else go. You can sign him over the cap, obviously. So
yeah, he definitely can be signed over the cap. There's a couple of things that I've been listening to that I don't have a good fix on yet, but a little later on in the month, I will know more about it. But some of these guys, we can sign them into the cap where we don't hit a penalty. You know what I mean? It's a couple of the guys that we could do that too. So, but I like how Hartenstein, I think, like I said, I think if we offer him 17 and somebody else offer him 23, I think he stay right here. $6 million, you know what I mean? Over a couple of years, that's a lot of money. But with knowing the team, I think he's more willing to stay with a team that he knows than to go to a team that he got to get reacclimate himself with. I believe.
Yep. Yeah. It's really gonna be interesting, man. And like when we put Parrish said you can't pay iHeart and Mitch. That's $33 million and no scoring. I see where Parrish going with that because you got to either keep one or the other. I don't know if you're going to be able to keep both of them. It's just too much. It's too many games not being played, and I think that's the problem. That's the only problem. I don't even have a problem with nothing else because what they do in the system that Tibbs want to run, even though Mitch is not a scorer, but because Tibbs is a pretty much a predominant defensive-minded coach, Mitchell Robinson fits what Tibbs want to do. And think about it. Before Mitch went down, he was having a hell of a defense side of the ball at the beginning of the year. He was in that defense conversation of the year until he got hurt. but I don't know if you're going to be able to keep both of them guys because of the injuries. I don't, you know what I mean? And not saying I want to get rid of them, but I understand what coach, Parrish coming from as well. You know what I mean? I do. And you know, Mitchell Robinson, one of the longest tenured Knicks. Heart, Tibbs like what he doing. He like it here. He want to be here, so he willing to sacrifice. No, you want to be here, but what are you willing to sacrifice? And that's what it comes down to. And here, Wild put up a good chat right here. In game 6 and 7 versus the Pacers, I heart 4 points. I was saying that, like I was saying, Wild. I'm glad you put that up there. Seemed like he got to the playoffs and he kind of regressed. Whether it's the injuries, style of play, he did regress a little bit. He was the block shot. I was like, why are you not blocking some of these shots down there that you don't normally accustomed to throwing up out of there? Or why are you not grabbing some of these rebounds that you're accustomed to grabbing? I noticed that. And I think that, to me, I was paying attention to that in the playoff series against the Pacers. He wasn't aggressive, so I thought it might have been his foot. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, that Achilles must be acting up. So that's going to be the big elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad everybody put their chats in there. Salute to everybody who coming in. Salute to the whole family. I'm glad y'all in the building with us, man. Wayne, Coach, like I said, King Ribby, AP, good to see you. Drip more, not less. My man, what's popping? Everybody, salute. Thank y'all for coming in. It's the Fan Talk night. I'm going to keep y'all chats in here because this is what's really what it's about. AP said, not guaranteed he will have the Saints in a different system. That's facts right there. No doubt about that. And so, you know, we just got to see, man. Let iHeart get his money. That's I'm good either way. Cause I know the Knicks will do something to offset that. They got a pretty much good front office. They know how to will and deal. They know how to bring the right people in here. I mean, they've been doing pretty good with what they've been doing, man. You know, and they gave iHeart 2 years, $9 million each year, $8 or $9 million. So if they feel like they need to extend them, they will. But you know, at the same time, you just got to think about the injury history. And I think that's going to be important because what's the reason why we didn't go further this year? Injuries. So that's going to play a major part in their decisions. You know, from a businessman standpoint, that's what you're supposed to do. You know, make sure the product that you're going to put out there, the consumer is going to be able to use it. Whether you're Walmart, whether you're the Knicks, whether you Sears, I don't know. You got to put the product on the shelf, and you got to make sure that the supply and the demand is there. So if Hartstein is supplying us and the demand is there for iHeart, he got to make sure that he's supplying us the lengthy amount of time to be on the court. And that's what the issue is. So other than that, D-Ross said $15 million. I like that, D-Ross. He went for $9 million. I'm good with that right there. I'll give him 60 for 4. And I might even go 70. I might go 70. But anything higher than that's gonna be kind of iffy with me. So I'm glad you put that at D-Ross. I can see that as well. Salute to you, man. Real talk. Yeah, I know, Coach. Yeah, I'm revealing my truth. I get it, bro. I'm really real talk, man. But you know, Shop House is gonna be interesting, man. They got a lot of scenarios they got to deal with this year, but I think he's one of the major ones coming into the off season. It's not like, you know, I don't want to say it's a no brainer, but you know, so you think they're gonna keep him?
Our heart ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you, I believe me.
Okay.
That's me, in my opinion. I don't think our heart is going anywhere. I think if we offer him 15, if say a team is offering him 23 million and the Knicks offer him 17 million, I think he's staying. You know what I mean? I think he's staying. I think he's staying here. Only way I see him leaving is if someone blows him away. You know what I mean? We offer him, we offer him 17 for 4, so that's 17 and 17 is 34 and 34, 78. So we offer him about $80 million. You know what I mean? And someone offer him $120 million. You know what I mean? That big jump right there might make him go somewhere. If that's an OKC or something like that, all right, I can see him going for an extra $14 million a year, you know what I mean, or whatever the extra math is, you know what I mean? So that I can see, but if someone's over him, I don't see him getting that. I mean, me personally, and I like him, and I think he really built his stock up this year. The latter part of the year, after that real big game that he had for us, you know what I mean, he may have hurt himself, you know what I mean? But with that being said, I don't think he's a $25 million guy. You know what I mean? I don't think nobody's going to give him 4 years, 5 years, 125, 120, $125 million. I don't think he'll be one of the elite centers in the league if he's getting them money like that.
I don't think
25 million. You know what I mean? 25 million. I think if someone offer him 23 and the Knicks offer him 17, I believe he'll stay. He'll take the $6 million cut with the camaraderie that he has with the team. Now him and Brunson and that Villanova crew with Mitchell Robinson as Gel and with Randall, because he on the Josh Hart, panel, he talked about Randall as well. You know what I mean? So they're all in cahoots. So I think $6 million ain't gonna make him. I think he think $6 million for 4 years. That's a lot of money. You know what I mean? That's 24 million. That's a $25 million, $25 million. Of course, that's a big piece of change. But to stay with the Knicks, I think he'll do that instead of going somewhere else. If it's only a couple of $1 million a year.
Yeah, definitely. So I think both of the teams got mutual admiration for each other, mutual respect for each other. I think Hartenstein want to be here, and I do think the Knicks want to keep him. Like I said, it's really all about it's all about the money and the numbers. Yeah. And and like I said, it all boils down to what's out there, what can happen. Because listen, you can, if the right person come up, you might sign a trade. You're not even sign a trade him. You can either sign him, keep him, or you can say Mitch and Bogdan in the trade for whoever. I mean, it's so many scenarios where the Knicks can get the best out of Hartenstein. Because I don't think you let him walk. So I think they're gonna keep him, because you ain't gonna lose him for nothing, because he's a valuable asset. So you're not gonna lose him for nothing. You're just not gonna let Hartenstein walk up out of here, let somebody else sign him. If anything, Knicks sign and trade with him. Impossible. You know what I mean? If it came down to that. But I'm not. It's just too many guys out there to me to give him anywhere north of 20. Hartenstein ain't anything after 17 to me. Let him walk. I just think that because we in a cap situation where we got to think about Randall, we got to think about this Brunson, Randall, and Anunoby. You got Hart locked in, you got DiVincenzo locked in, you got McBride locked in. Fresh to the chew of the free agents, we get into all that too as well. But for the Hartenstein conversation, I'm pretty good either way. And AP, I'm glad you put that's interesting. Now, here's another this interesting what he just said. If we actually lose one of our centers, Andre Drummond is an option. That's my whole point. Guys like Andre Drummond, who's a savvy veteran, want a rebounding demon. You know what I mean? So I think we got to be careful how much money you want to give out when you got guys like Andre Drummond, who might be a good backup option. Tibbs loved veteran dude. He loved rebounding. And that's what that boy do right there. He was one of the best rebounders in the game for a stretch of about 4 or 5 years with nobody out rebounding Andre Drummond.
Even last year, he didn't do so bad. Yeah. Well, against us, he did.
Yep. Good chat, AP. Job was good. Job, so do you, man. He said it is smart to keep both of them, though. It's those salaries. Paying 2 centers that amount of money, I agree with you. And that's why I do got a feeling you got to watch the Mitchell Robinson situation, because Mitchell Robinson
it's all about the money. If they can afford it, I'm telling you, we're not staying. We're going to be in the luxury tax this year, fully into the luxury tax, to the top of the luxury tax. But I don't think that they're going to go into the apron. So I think Hartenstein, we can fit him in there. The next guy we probably about to talk about, OG's probably going to be fitting in there. Brunson and Randall already in there. J Hart is already in there. DiVincenzo is already in there. You know what I mean? Those guys' contracts are already set. You know what I mean? $20 million for J Hart, $10 million for DiVincenzo. So those salaries ain't gonna change. We got to worry about the extended contracts to see how far we can stay away from that apron.
Hey, quick. Hey, Coach, let me ask you a question. I'm trying to think about, are you going with that? Are we talking about that boy coming out of what you call it? What's his name? The center, the Caucasian brother, white brother. I think it's Natter or something like that. I don't know. Coach, answer me if you're thinking about that. Can we get OKC 12 pick for iHeart and the 25th. Do you think that would be, if my man fall down there, would you entertain that? What's my man name? God, the brother. He a dominant dude too at college. I don't know how it translates to the pros, but hit me up with your thought on that. If that's what the reason why you would like to get the OKC 12 pick, or you think about my man, the center coming out of there. I don't know, but dude, one of them, the brother, he's nice. Mark's the demon. So hit me up with that. Let me know with that, man. And reason why I think you might want to do what you putting out there. That's be interesting thing, man. But good topic on iHeart, man. And there's another thing I gotta say. Mitchell Robinson, 2024-25, 14.3, 2025, 12.9. I really do believe, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I don't think the Knicks. I just don't think the Knicks want to go through the injury thing again. I just think it's too much for them. Your best ability is being available. If you're available, then that's a different story. Mitchell Robinson went down. He wasn't available in the playoffs when we need him. Randall was a freak day, but Mitchell Robinson got a history. And I just think I think the Knicks might be like, if I sign iHeart, Mitch's contract is not bad. It's not about the contract because it's a really, really friendly contract. Can he stay on the basketball court, or are you going to pay somebody who's not playing? That's what we all got to think about when it comes to this Mitchell Robinson thing and any of these players. Is the Knicks better off without Mitchell Robinson because Mitchell Robinson don't play enough? If Mitchell Robinson go in the next season, 2024, first week, 2 week, first month, whatever, he goes down because of his ankles. Then what? Now your team got weaker because he ain't there. Same thing happened this year. Mitchell Robinson went down. The team got weaker because iHeart, who was our main dude off the bench, had to come in for Mitchell Robinson, and Jericho Sims just ain't got it. He just don't got it like that. He not an Isaiah Hartenstein. So President Chua, then if you do it, Knicks might say, you know what, Shaw Powell's quick note. They might say let Robinson go and give Chua some money. They might feel like
that's coming up all the way towards the end. I got I want to throw I got a couple of them scenarios. I got some scenarios for you.
Yeah. Dripmore, that's at the center from Purdue. That boy, he gonna be nice. If what he do, Dripmore, translates to the NBA, he's like one of them throwback type dudes to me. He gonna be interested, man. So if anybody pull that name up, y'all get the name of my man from Purdue, the center. I thought it was Natter. I mean, I could be wrong, but that boy, he got skill for his size. He big, but he got skill. I mean, he just got skill, bro. So that'd be interesting to see, man. Purdue, he said baby center is baby Shaq. That boy nice. I watched some of his joint. Yo, Zach Addy. Yeah, thank you, Wayne. My man, I appreciate you. That's what I'm talking about. I thought it was now I knew it was one of them. But yeah, that see, it's guys like that that's lurking in the draft. That you never know what happened. Coach said the 12th pick is for Cody Williams. Okay, I got you. That makes sense. And we'll get into that next week. We'll talk about the draft as we go along next week, man, or the week, whatever we get into. Yeah, Edie. Yeah, that's an interesting thing right there, ladies and gentlemen, because what about if he's available? What about the Knicks got two picks in the first round? What about what about they feel like they want him and they can let Mitch go or Hartenstein go? Either one, hypothetically. It looked like he got way more skill than Jericho Sims, ladies and gentlemen. He's more polished. Jericho Sims with the 50-some pick, and this cat is going to be top 10 at least. I'm thinking at least top 10. I mean, he ain't going no lower than that. So it's gonna be interesting to see, man, how that plays out. Zach Edie, thank you guys. Yep, for real. He's a monster. Old school sit on the block. Poster, thank y'all for that. But we'll see. I'm good with Hartenstein anyway. We move on from the Hartenstein topic, but thanks for everybody's comments. Louisiana Nick, in a sense, I agree with you, but remember, RJ played this rookie, well, not rookie. Emmanuel Quickly was the backup one in New York in his rookie year. Obi Toppin was the backup two at the four in his rookie year in New York. Them cats, he played them, but I understand where you're going from with that, so I don't want to make sure I'm not saying you're wrong. But I think we also got to look at, when Tip got here, he had a lot of young dudes. RJ was in his second year, quickly came off the bench, starting backing up 2 guard for the Knicks. Obi Toppin with the backup 4. Well, how much time he got is a different story. And so let's see how it goes. But man, I think sometimes your skill might force you to play. Like, listen, Grimes in his second year, right? Shot Powell, he took my Evan Fournier's job. So let's see how it goes. But I like him, and that'll be it. But let me ask you another. We move on to another topic later. And salute everybody in the building, man. Thank y'all for coming in on this off Friday. I know y'all out there having fun doing the things you're doing. Salute to my man Louisiana Nick. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody in there. Thank y'all for coming in. It's y'all show tonight. So I'm just trying to make sure I get all you got thoughts in there, because it's really important that we do, because this is about the Knicks fan talk tonight. But for me, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what the Knicks do, we just gotta be ready to get it popping. And whatever decisions we make it for the best of the franchise and the organization, to get us better, because people are going to rev up their game. Shot Powell, a lot of teams are going to get better, and it's going to be some decisions to be made for a lot of other NBA teams. Philadelphia going to have cap money. A lot of teams going to be out there doing what they need to do. So, do we run it back with what we got? Or do you think we're going to go out there and get somebody different? Or you think we're going to pretty much bring back the team that we have? What's your thoughts on the Knicks going to get somebody? Or you think they're going to pretty much stand pat, bring everybody back?
Yeah, there's some players out there. There's names all out there. The Devin Bookers, the Mikal Bridges, the Joel Embiids, the Paul Georges, still Donovan Mitchell. So there's some names out there. All those names that I mentioned would put us into, except for Mikal, will put us pretty much into a luxury tax. Straight like that. And if we make a move like that, we're going all in. If you're going into the luxury tax, you might as well go all the way into the luxury tax. There's no stopping, because once you go into the luxury tax, the next year, if you don't come out of the luxury tax, I believe you start losing your first round picks, and they start going into second round picks, and the standings start moving around and all these other hoopla. So that means that your first round picks now, when you want to make a trade, ain't worth nothing. Mm-hmm. So something that you got to really take into consideration over this move, or who you want to get and stuff like that. Is there some moves out there? Are you ready, or you want to go to OG first?
Bro.
All right. First, let's go into OG first, because he's a big part of what we want to do. Okay. And we let go of IQ and RJ Barrett to get him. And if we would have kept RJ this year, he would have been about $25 million. And if we would have paid IQ this year, we'd have paid him. If we would have kept on here, we'd have been in a luxury tax, but we would have probably paid him somewhere north of $20 million. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at about 40 something million dollars between those two players for OG. OG estimated value was I think it was 180 something or something like that. He's a 180 guy or something like that. What do we think that OG would take? I think OG, realistically, if we want to really, if I was looking at, what, you could start OG at about $28 million. He's making about I think 19. So you make 28. That's another $10 million on top of your thing, and you give him the incentive packages. You play over 65 games. You get another $2 million, $1.5 million. If you hit these many 3-point shots, that keep your average at this number, over 38%, you get another $1.2 million, and so on and so forth with incentives. If you stay healthy, it's the biggest incentive, though. That is the biggest incentive. You play 65 games, you get an additional $3 or $4 million or something like that. That's what I would throw at him. So this way, his contract could start at 28, but if you make all the criterias, I messed that word up, all the stats, he can get somewhere north of $35 million. And that's where I think we need to stay with him. Because we pay him $35 million, $40 million, we in the luxury tax. Mm-hmm. Okay. We in the luxury tax now. We're close to the apron now. know what I mean? So I think he, being under Tom Thibodeau's son, you know what I mean? They are probably already shook hands already on a deal somewhere, like hopefully something like I said, $28 million. But if you play 65 games, you get another $3.5 million. You make all defensive team this year. You know what I mean? With 65, you got to play at least 64 games or 65 games. You make all defensive team this year, you get another $2.5 million, $1.8 million, you know, whatever however they want to throw the millions around for him and stuff like that to get him closer to 35 million. Yeah. Me, I'm not a big advocate of OG coming over here making more money than Brunson or Julius Randle, me personally, you know what I mean? But he is a big piece to what we're trying to do. So, and that stipulation has to be in there about 65 games. We get him 65 games plus the playoff, we got a good chance of coming back winning 50 wins again. You know what I mean?
Yep, let's read some chat. Louisiana, and I'll give you my thoughts on that. Louisiana, I think they're going to give him more than that because other teams are going to be gunning for him. Easily $35 million plus a season is what other teams be willing to offer. Yep, I see that too because you got to remember, he might only be getting more than Brunson in the next year, but when Brunson contract get extended, obviously Brunson's going to be 45, north of 35, 40, or at least around 40 anyway. But if you look at Anunoby, Randle, and Brunson right now 25 this year, he get extended. Randle going to be at 30 million. So between Randle, Brunson, and Anunoby, you talk about 80 million, 85, 90 million, 3 players. Then we got other guys around that you say, let's say them 3 guys that's 90 million. You got now you got Jay Hart's 18 million kicking in this year, right? Am I right? His 18 million to kick in. So now you got 108. Yeah, you got 108. Then you got Senzo's 11 million. You right around 113. Let me put that up there, and we could go that by a number. Let everybody chat. I think it's a good topic. Now let me get my Anunoby thing, but I think that's a good topic. Let's look at it this way, ladies and gentlemen, real quick. Right now, and then if you look at where we at, you got Julius Randle, 30 million, Brunson 25. Alec Burks won't be here. I don't know if they're going to sign him back or not, so that's off the books. Anunoby probably going to wind up getting some of Alex Burks' money that's going to be off the books. So you talking about 55, I meant to say. 30 million for him, let's say that's 85. Bogdan, you're going to have to try to get rid of that. Josh Hart got 18 million. You got Mitchell Robinson, 14 million. Petrichua won't be here. Dante got his money. Isaiah goes up to about 17. And then everybody else, McBride got his 5. He's good. He won't be here, I don't think. He got 1 year left on that 2.2 million, so that could be moved. Tolly Brown is unrestricted. Him and Shake Milton they really won't even be, they're gonna be free agents and everything like that, topping and all of them. So Anunoby, Randle, and Brunson gonna pretty much eat up $90 million. Let's just say it like that, $90 million. You got another $60 million. iHeart got his money, 108. We are 108. Schindler with that 119. So Robinson make that 130, 133. iHeart gets 17. That's 150 right there, just for them dudes.
But now we in the luxury tax.
Luxury.
I think it's 147 is the cap.
Mm-hmm. So now knowing that these guys are gonna be there, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I tell you that much. I wish I had the Brock Aller mindset, but I guess I say all to say it's gonna be some Will and Dillon. So for me with Anunoby, cap him out of $30 million. Give him a $30 million deal. I think $30 million to keep him here because here's why. I know he's gonna be here. Knicks didn't send out. They didn't send out quickly RJ to lose Anunoby. That's one thing I do know. Coach said he thinks he get 34. I don't have a problem with that.
No, so everything under 35, I'm kind of cool with.
Yep. Hey, I just hate. Let me break off this topic right quick. I go back to it. Coach, that's who they need to go get. minus the injury shit, but Jonathan Isaac will fit well with Anunoby and Tibbs system. That'd be crazy. I mean, but we got to see if they're going to do him in Orlando. But I just want to do that real quick. I'm with you on that one, Coach. Jonathan Isaac, man, that bring him back to New York. That'd be nice. So I'm with the Anunoby thing. I think 35 would work for me. With like you said, with some stipulations, with some pros and cons in the contract. If you play these many games, blah blah blah. You don't play these many games, did this happen as well? So he only gives 30 games a year. That's facts though. He tough. I mean, he's been an injury prone dude, man. I wish he wasn't that injury prone, but he'll make a difference in New York with the style of play that Tibbs do for sure. But I think Anunoby, Randall, and our big three right now, for me, Anunoby, Randall, and Jalen Brunson is going to be the main three dudes on that team. Obviously, Josh Hart going to be there too, but he's not Anunoby, but his value is there. So I'm good with that. I really like that. And I think we keep it moving. And let me see. D-Ross said, sign low, bounce under the table, salute Dolan. Yep, yeah, for real. Dolan been putting in work, man. Him and Leon Rose have been doing a damn thing. Any scenario that you see him not being here, Shop Powers?
Who, OG? No.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't see no scenario. Even if the Knicks got to pay him 40.
Right. Right.
Even if they got to pay him 40, that's what I don't want. But I think they'll go up as high as whoever the next suitor is. And I mean, I don't think it's nobody that's going to outbid the Knicks because we wouldn't have made that trade with RJ and IQ to let him just go that easy. Unless there's some scenarios out there with him being traded. Unless because if we let, all right, there's no way that that OG is going to go to Brooklyn to get Mikal. You know what I mean? Maybe it could be something in the three-team deal is possible or something like that, and bring Mikal over here. The only way that I feel okay with OG leaving is if we could get Mikal Bridges to fill that spot. That's the only way I feel, and keep Randall. I mean, that's the only way I could see that spot being filled. But aside from that, I think we pay him. I think they go up to maybe 40. I mean, but I'm hoping that we get them at 28 and hit them with the incentives. And I mean, you can get 35. Me leaving $7 million on the table for you to get, but you got to get that. We need you 65 games. We need you to hit 36% from the three-point land. We need you to be the defensive player of the year. You got to get about 3 steals and all these incentives, 4 or 5 good incentives that could get him, about another $5, $6, $7 million. I mean, so you put 28 out there with another $7, $8 million on the table. Now you're talking about $36 million, and that fits into the salary. And I mean, now with that $37 million, we can sign iHeart now. I mean, I think they're still gonna sign him anyway, but we will be. I think the luxury. I mean, I think the apron is. What was it? Was it 159, 169? I forgot. I don't want to put no numbers out there, but it'll keep us less under the apron. And I think the Knicks want to stay under the apron without getting a superstar. And we're not getting a quote unquote Embiid, Giannis, names like that. You know what I mean? We're not getting a quasi superstar. I think the Knicks want to stay under the apron tax. I think we're going to be all the way close to the apron, but I think we play around in the luxury tax field as much as we can this year.
Yep. I think the best to me, the best contract out there for the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, with the situation where we at, is right here. Right? The best contract I think you can get is right here. There you go. Next year, $20 million. Next year,
that fits right into the thing.
That's the best contract without even giving up none of them. Because here's why. You could take bogey money. Shit, you could even take Mitchell Robinson, anybody money. To get that money, you got to give up all the picks in there. Not all the picks, but some picks. That's the best contract for the Knicks to be contenders. Is that contract right there? And you do not have to.
I got one for you, Divine.
Okay.
The one that I told you.
Right.
This is my scenario to get Mikal Bridges. You know what I mean? not a scenario that everybody might like, but I'm gonna just throw it out there because I'm gonna throw it out because it's been out there a little bit. We get Mikal Bridges and we get Dorian Finney-Smith from Brooklyn. We give up Bodega and we give up Julius Randle and 3 first-round picks, the 2 this year and the 1 pick next year that is the 1 pick next year that is the Milwaukee's pick, top 4 protected to get them. You know what I mean? Or maybe we give up 4 picks, you know what I mean, in the trade. But Bodega's money and Julius Randle money, Bridges money is 25, and I think Vinny Smith is double digits, 18 to 22. I mean, so the money will work out. We just have to give picks in order to make them want to make the trade. And I mean, that could get him here. I don't think it's a way that you could just give 6 first-round picks and Bodega's money just to get him to cover the gap. You know what I mean? But I don't know if the Knicks going to go that hard for Mikal, giving up 5-6 picks for him.
Nah,
you know what I mean? Just to fit. You know what I mean? Just to fit. Yeah. So if you want to get Bridges here, you would have to give up, me doing my math, you give up Julius Randle, Bodega, and 3 or 4 first-round picks, and you get Dorian Finney-Smith, and you get Mikal Bridges, and you bring them over here. 2 good guys. Mikal Bridges will be in the starting lineup, and Vinny Smith will be in the second unit, someone that can rebound, play some defense, and can shoot the 3-point shot. You know what I mean? That's what I think. And, you know, with Julius going to Brooklyn, somehow, some way, if Julius makes it to Brooklyn, I don't know, let's say Donovan Mitchell, somehow he wants to come to New York. He can't really make it to the New York Knicks. Maybe he finds a home over there at the Nets, in Brooklyn Nets, to help them out, bring them back to life with Julius Randle and a couple of those young guys that they got over there. That'd be a surprising team coming out of Brooklyn. Just saying, throwing some scenarios out there. Just saying. If we want this guy right here, and his money fits way, way, way good, you know what I mean? Way good. Keep us under the salary cap and to give us a defensive presence, somebody that can spot up and shoot the basketball and can play our 3 and put OG at the 4.
Yeah, I think that. Let me say this here. From Randall's money, I mean, it's hard to give up. I don't know if I can put Randall in a deal just to get Mikal Bridges. I don't want Mikal Bridges if I'm losing Randall. I want Mikal Bridges here with Randall. I don't think
I feel you.
I don't think Mikal Bridges for Randall makes the Knicks better than they are. To me. Randall is an all-NBA 2-time all-star. And Mikal Bridges is good. He can't rebound better than Randall. His PER is only 14.9. I like him with Randall and them, because that way you got Jalen Brunson as your 1A, Randall as your other 1A, 1B. Then you got Anunoby and my man. I don't think the Knicks get better. This is my personal opinion. By giving up Randall to bring him in here with Finney. I don't know if the Knicks get better. I think they be the same almost. I think it's almost the same. The Knicks, because Julius Randle, because of what he can do and who he is, my man Mikal Bridges can't do what Julius Randle can do with a basketball, I don't think. I think he got a good little 3-point shot, but he ain't Julius Randle, though. Ain't too many Julius Randles in the NBA. I mean, literally. All NBA, all-star. So do we do that because of the fit? I get it. I do it. I can understand it because of the fit, and you want to get off of Randall's extension. You don't want to extend Randall.
That's really what the trade is for. That's what the trade is for. Get over Randall's money.
Yeah, I can see that part, is that you don't want to give Randall that extension. And my man got a damn good contract. $23 million, 24. From a business standpoint, I'm with you. The cat can lock up cats on the perimeter. That'd be a hell of a defense unit right there, though. Him, Brunson, Anunoby, Randall, and Hartenstein, or whoever. I wish we could do that deal without giving up Randall. If you get him in the Knicks with Randall, they better than Boston. Because now you got everything Boston got. You got a what's his name, Derek White. You got a guy at the 2 who could do what Derek White do. That's Mikal Bridges. You got a guy you got another guy at the 3 who could do what Jaylen Brown could do. That's Anunoby. You got a guy at the 4 who could do what Jason Tatum could do. That's Julius Randle. You know what I mean? And then you got then I think then you got a guy at the 1 who could score better than Drew Holiday. You know, so they kind of Drew Holiday's defense is elite, but Jalen Brunson's offense is elite. So I would love to see that if you can kind of keep that dude in there. But man, but I don't have a problem with that trade, you know, because something got to give in New York pretty soon. You're not going to be able to extend Randall after this year. At the Knicks, I don't think you ain't going to be able to extend Randall. So
I mean, you can extend him. You're going to be in that apron. Yeah. I mean, that's about it. What we're talking about right now, you know, we just shooting stuff out there and stuff. These guys, Brock Island ain't letting them go into the apron. Brock Island, the rest of those guys, West and all those guys, Leon Rose, they not going into the apron unless they get in a bona fide player. You know what I mean? A superstar status player like Giannis. All right. And there's another trade out there. If you want to get Giannis, you got to give up a whole lot to get Giannis, and you could be under the cap. You got to give up Julius Randle, Bodega. You got to give out McBride. What was the other one? There's one more that I'm missing. McBride and somebody else. Now you got to give up 4 players and about 4 or 5 first-round picks to get Giannis. You know what I mean? But if we're talking about getting another player here with the same numbers that Julius Randle is putting up, there's not too many players in the league that you could get for what Julius Randle give you, 25, 11, and 5. Not too many of them in the league. I'm just saying, there's not too many of them.
Many of them, right.
You know what I mean? There ain't too many of them that's going to give it to you consecutively, almost 82 games, 80, 67, 78 games or whatever a night. There ain't too many of them. Yep. Now the fit with Mikal coming over here would probably elevate his game because he's a defensive-minded player. He had too much of a role for Brooklyn. He'd come over here with DiVincenzo, Deuce McBride, Brunson, DiVincenzo, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Ahart is a killer crew. You talking about a defensive starting unit? You talking about a defensive starting unit? And Mikal
on the bench.
Mikal scoring, I believe, would go up. You know what I mean? Playing with this team because he's not going to be the A1 on Brooklyn. He's going to be the 3rd, 4th player on the team that gets the ball to shoot the ball. So his game is going to elevate. You know what I mean? He's going to maybe make about 19, 20 points a game. You know what I mean? Consecutively, 20 points a game. And he's going to give you stellar defense. And he's going to get down there and get down to that rebounding basketball that he couldn't really do in Brooklyn because he was taking all the shots. So he can't take all the shots and then get down there and get all the rebounds. You know what I mean? But it'll work. It could work. The money would work, and we would be a little bit under the luck. We would stay away from the apron, and that's exactly what I think the Knicks will do. Now, me personally, like I said, I don't think Julius Randle is going nowhere. But if we were looking at any of those names that I mentioned, those 5 names, this would be the opportune guy to go out to get if we wanted to keep him here. Of course, I would love, like you said, Divine, to have him here with Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby. Come on, man. Come on, Divine. Come on. With hardest time, nobody gonna be getting no baskets.
Right. You can get them without giving up Randall.
You can, but I don't think that Brooklyn's gonna give it up for those low packages.
Well, I think Brooklyn might look more at not so much the players, it's the picks.
Right.
Tessie talking about I think he's going in the other direction. I think Tessie is not gonna. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. Jonathan Mitchell about to sign in Cleveland, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't leaving all that money off the table. Now that big staff out there, Jonathan Mitchell probably have a say in his next coach because he's a superstar. That's why Johnny Bryant going to interview over there. That's his boy. So not saying that's gonna happen. I think Jonathan Mitchell gonna have a say in who is the next coach in Cleveland. If they want him to sign over there, They gonna say, okay, Jalen Brunson. I think Altman. Altman. I'm gonna say, what you want? Who you want to coach you? And I think he might sign up with them if he's gonna have a little leverage in what they do. Because money talk, bullshit walk. You know what I mean? And he ain't that dude do for damn $300 million. You know what I mean? So or something of that nature. And you think about it, Cleveland gonna do anything they can to keep that boy. So let's see. But I brought up Mikal Bridges because I think the contract is there, and I do believe that them Villanova boys want to win together. I just believe that. I just believe that Jalen Brunson right now, to me, is the guy other than Leon Rose, World Wide West, Thibodeau, and then Jalen Brunson. If Jalen Brunson said, this the guy I want on the Knicks, I think the Knicks go get who Jalen Brunson want because he is the head of the snake there. You know what I mean? I think he done built his status that good, whereas, I see what I could do. You see what I did when I brought these Villanova boys up in here? Look what we did. So I think they trust in his, and Mikal Bridges is a Tibbs type of player. So that's the reason why I bring up that scenario is that
that's the fact.
He can come here and the chemistry is already there. That's why when you see DiVincenzo going baseline, Jalen Brunson throwing on a bounce pass they got the chemistry, bro, and chemistry matters. It does. So let's see. That's a good interesting scenario. There's a lot of players out there, and you got to remember too, though, with Mikal Bridges, he's born in Philadelphia, ladies and gentlemen. He's born in Philadelphia, played at Villanova. Who to say that the Philadelphia 76ers don't trade for him? Because the Philadelphia 76ers literally drafted him on that night and traded him to Phoenix. You know what I mean? That was crazy. His mother worked for the Philadelphia organization. They draft her son, and the same night they trade him to the Phoenix Suns on draft night. And he's from Philly. So, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, but I do think he got a good chance to come here. And I do think the Knicks got the assets to do what Brooklyn trying to do. I think they're going to try to offload Ben Simmons. They're going to try to get rid of that. I think they're going to go, and I think they're going to go the other way. I think Tessie said he wanted long-term. After paying all that money to KD, Kyrie, James Harden, Ben Simmons, this man done lost down there $1 billion worth of players.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd probably be like, you know what? I think it's time for a rebuild. Let's see. But he's one interesting name out there, and I just brought that up because I think he'd be interesting. I think Jalen Brunson is better than Mitchell. I would trust him. Yeah, facts. I agree. I think Jalen Brunson doesn't. Do you think Brunson will sacrifice Randall to get Bridges? Woo, Louisiana, that's a good one, bro. That's a good one. That's a good one. But you also got to look at what the Knicks did without Randall. And that's interesting, Louis. Yeah, that's interesting. But I think you got me on that one, my bro. But I do know that I think it's going to come down to Randall's money in a couple of years, ladies and gentlemen. That's
how we get Bridges if we want them.
All about.
I think I just. I mean, that's what I think happened.
Here. Let me ask you a question. Chat and Shop Powers. Do y'all think the New York Knicks is gonna give Julius Randle a max extension? Yes or no?
I think they're gonna offer him something like a max, but I don't think Julius gonna take a max. I think he's gonna take enough. You know what I mean? He might not take the whole shebang because he's trying to win too, just like the leader Jalen Brunson is going to do. He's going to take money, but he's going to leave some money out there so they can finagle. I think he'll do the same thing. I think he'll take more of a uptick than he did the first time when he signed after that first $21 million or whatever it was. I think he takes some more money on top of that. I think he'd definitely be close to $40 million. That I believe. But will he take $56 million? I'm not sure. I don't want to say that. I don't want to count his money and all that stuff, but I think money is not going to win him a championship. I think he played, for me, the way I see him play, he wants a championship. You know what I mean? And if he think that the status for being a championship in New York, then taking an extra $10, $12 million a year, I think he'll do it too. I think he'll leave that $10, $12 million on the table. Yeah, I could get 56 million. All right, I'll take 48, or I'll take 42 or something like that. I think he'll do something like that. I think that, but you know, I don't want to seem like I'm digging in his pocket, but the way I think Randall will do, I think if it's 56 million that they're offering him, I think he'll take a cut, 44 million or something, 45 million or something like that. I think he'll do that. He's been with the Knicks and he's already got good contracts, good money being with the Knicks. So that just extends where his contract already is. I mean, so instead of him being here now 4 years, he'll be here 8 years. I mean, and the money, if you put all that money together, the Knicks done gave you a lot of money since you've been here. At least I hope so. Divine, you froze? Chat, y'all still hear me? If you still hear me, put a thumbs up. I think Divine in the Matrix. Or am I in the Matrix? Fave, Nick Yak, Allah Wise, any one of y'all just put a thumbs up if you hear what I'm saying. Nick 100, if y'all hear me. All right, D-Ross, good, cool. All right, my man Divine must have been caught in the Matrix, talking about all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm back on the building, man.
Oh, there you go. All right, okay. All right, he got caught in the Matrix for a second. He back. Here we go.
Yep. But yeah, I'm definitely is interested in what's going to happen with that. And we'll see how it goes with the Randall thing, man. It's going to be interesting with Randall, man. And like I said, he got 30 million this year, 30 million next year. Then after that, we don't know where the Knicks going. It all depends. To me, I think it's going to depend on where the Knicks are at. If the Knicks don't get to a certain destination by the time Randall's extension is coming up, they might be like, you know what? Let's switch it up.
They may just let him hold on to his contract till it's over to see where they at. You know what I mean? They may just hold him. They may not give him a signing thing and talk to him. You know, we got you. I mean, especially if we go to the playoffs and the finals and all that other good stuff, we got you. But you know what I mean? But he may be his contract and him as a person is what's appealing. The only bad thing about him is that he got hurt this year of a fluke accident. I mean, but if he didn't, you know what I mean, a couple of these games, a couple of guys have been more healthier because they wouldn't have been playing as much basketball.
Right.
Julius Randle would have sucked up easily 35, 38 minutes. You know what I mean? So some of these guys, the Josh Harts and the Brunsons and the OGs wouldn't have been playing that many minutes. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's something to take into consideration too.
Yep, real talk, man. And one person that we kind of left out, and I know he might not be as important to them. What do we think that he's going to do with Precious Achiuwa? I know we're going from a mega superstar to a star to a. I get it, but do you think the Knicks going to bring Precious Achiuwa back in the building?
I'm not sure, unless he takes a player. What is it called?
Mid-level.
Mid-level. Unless he takes a mid-level, and I mean, we could use him. I would love to have him to be coming off the bench, you know, or if something happened or something like that, because all of the guys that we're going to have to start thinking about is the big name that's going to be out there. If anything goes in the trade, you know, especially a big time trade, you know, Deuce McBride name is going to be in it. But we got to consider Jericho Sims' contract. He's another $3 million contract. I think I heard that the Knicks signed DiDicchio, that Jeffries and all these other guys. I think they not Jeff Shake Milton. I think they signed him to a contract, a player option, or some type of contract. So they may be players that can be put in a deal to go somewhere to get a big name player. You know what I mean? So there's a whole lot of things.
Let me ask you a question, real quick.
I
don't think they could shine Shake Milton yet because this free agency not even here.
Who?
I mean, Shake Milton.
I know. I did. I'm not sure. That's what I said. I think a couple of them may have got signed or something. They may have gave them some money or something like that. So maybe they could be optional players that they could be traded. I think, but I don't know if Precious come back. It all depends on how much are we into the luxury tax and if we really need him. He played good for a good stretch for us this year, but going down towards the end of the year, he got back to playing regular. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? He can come off, he can rebound the basketball. I think he's gonna try to perfect that 3-point shot this year in the off season. So he might be a threat from three. I think he can probably try to bring his 3-point range up to closer to 36% this year. So, you know what I mean? I'm not 100% if they bring him back. I'm not 100 on if they bring him back. So what's his contract now? $8 million?
Precious, your Precious contract is $13 million. He over
$13 million?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if they think about bringing him back. I'm not sure.
Come back to me if they trade Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
That's it. Because if you bring Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein back, where you gonna play him at?
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
I think that's why I keep saying with these, what you got to watch the Mitchell Robinson situation because Precious Chua stays healthy. So they might say if he take a mid-level exception, he could play damn near 60, 70 games. They might be like, you know what? It's got it. I mean, that's just I guess I would say the pros and cons of all these guys because much we love Mitchell Robinson, sentimental thing. Block nest monster. Much as we love Hartenstein and them, it's going to come down to the money. Julius Randle, 2 years, got 2 years.
Follow the money. It's all about the money.
All about the money.
All about the Benjamins. Yep.
And so, but then what happens with Bogdan? See, I think he's going to go on a trade. I think they might be. I think Bogdan either he get traded or they keep him. Because you just can't let these guys walk and don't get nothing. I don't care if it's a second round pick. I don't care what it is, but I think we're gonna have to somebody gonna be a sacrificial lamb on this team. I think they could try to bring everybody back. Like I say, what about Tibbs want Alex Burks back? He a free agent. He just signed with Clutch Sports. So who knows what's gonna happen with Alex Burks? He got that $20 million off the book for the Knicks. So it's gonna be interesting, man. They got a big job in front of them, man. A lot of willing and dealing gonna be going on, and we don't know what's going on. We only just make assuming or whatever, just putting out scenarios. Let me say that we just trying to put out scenarios that we think the Knicks can do, but it's a lot of scenarios they can do. I think the biggest element in the room, number one, is Anunoby first. I think that's the biggest one they got to take care of. Get that out the way. Other than Tibbs and Brunson, if they decide to get and let Brunson get that 150 something now. That way they don't have to worry about it down the line. Get it out the way, lock him up, get a security blanket with him. That way they don't even let nobody sniff what they're trying to even get close to him in another year or two. So the Randall situation, he's locked in for $60 million for the next couple of years. But they might keep Bogey. They might say, listen, we keep you, and then at the end of next year, we got your $19 million off the books. Who knows? I mean, he was an asset before he went down. I mean, he was just starting to get in his groove, starting to get in his rhythm. So, but one thing I am happy about, even though we up over the tax, we got some contract that can get put up out of there. Like I said, Alex Burke contract is pretty much done. I think you could get Bogey contract out of there. I think you can get Mitchell Robinson contract out of there. We got a lot of contracts because they're not in a 25 and 30 million shot power that I think people will be willing to take especially when they only
if you put Bodega and Mitchell Robinson together, you got $30 million.
Right.
You got $30 million. Bodega and Mitch, what's that? Mitch is getting 13, 14 this year, and Bodega is 17, 18. I think you got a $2 million, $3 million hole or some crap like that. Something they were talking about. You put their two contracts together, that's $30 million. You know what I mean? Yep. So just like that, you got 30 million to go get somebody if you really wanted to. Plus some pick.
I like what Nick Yak got to do. He said Bogey money, $18 million after $2 million buyout. Alex Burks and the cap goes up to resign Hartenstein, OG, and Precious.
Right. Yes, that's that facts. Something like that, Nick Yak. I feel you.
Yeah. So like I said, they got a lot of stuff to do, man. They got a lot of scenarios they can work through, they can work around. But if my gut feeling, majority cats coming back. When Alex Burks started popping in the playoffs, Tibbs might
he might come back with something on the arm. You know what I mean? To sit on the bench.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna be.
mean, you need a veteran guy that can come off the bench and heat it up. You know what I mean? And I mean, May can get in the early part of the season to get in there to rev the team up. Go to that Tom 9+1 man defense and stuff like that.
Hey, let me put this out there. Ladies and gentlemen. Let me put this out there because the reason why I put this out there because my partner in crime talked to me about this here. Do the New York Knicks draft Bronny James and tell LeBron James to take a vet minimum and come to New York?
I'm just saying. Listen, Bronny James is projected to be somewhere around 22, 24, 20 from 20 to 25 in that range where he probably would drop. The Knicks have 2 picks in that range. I think it's 22 and 24. And I mean, if we go and sign Bronny James to come here to New York, LeBron James said that's what he's waiting for his son to come here so he could play his last year with his son on the same team. If we get Bronny James with you, I mean, there's no doubt you would take him, but if we get Bronny James and LeBron James comes to New York, are you happy with that? And we don't make no trades. LeBron James comes over here. He comes on here on a veteran minimum. And the starting lineup will be Jalen Brunson, LeBron James, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. You know what I mean? The money, he take a vet minimum. We get the key to getting LeBron James is getting his son in the draft. So if we get LeBron James' son in the draft, we almost guarantee what that Shaq I forgot his round mound of rebound. I forgot his name for now.
Okay.
You guarantee that you getting LeBron James in New York. And the hype to that is LeBron James turning 40, his last year, he's playing with his son. It's a Cinderella story right there. And the offensive capabilities, the IQ that we will have on the court with LeBron James, I'm just saying, I'm not advocating, I'm just saying if the Knicks want LeBron James to play his last year in the NBA player that's going to take you to the finals, he's going to get you there. He got LA there with nobody there this year. Well, I can't say that. AD did play about 70-some games this year. AD did play a lot more games than I expected him to play this year. I think he played about 70-some games this year. He played a lot of games this year. But I think LeBron is a free agent.
Yeah. Here you go. Yeah,
right?
Definitely. Yep, he definitely is.
If the Knicks want LeBron James to come here on a veteran minimum deal, are you opposed to that, Knicks family? I'm throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there.
Right, especially if you don't look at it from all the hype stuff about he didn't do this, he flipped. If you just talk about skill only, just basketball skill, not all the other stuff, skill only. LeBron told us to fuck off. I will never forget that. Yeah, that's what I mean. Do y'all look past all that and say what he could do with the Knicks on the court? Do you forget all that? Yeah, do you forget all the stuff that don't like the Knicks? You don't like So I do get the sentimental part. But now
1 year you would get LeBron James with his son on the court. He's turning 40. It's his last year. He wants to win a championship. Go out on a high note as the GOAT.
Well, here, look at this here right quick. Now I'll let y'all see this. This is what's going on with the NBA free agency, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a good thing to check out. Preston Chua free agent, Kyle Anderson, Tanasi Antetokounmpo. We got a couple of guys in there, Mo Bamba, Amari Bailey, Nicholas Batum to be a good fit for the Knicks.
Yeah, right? He won't be back.
I think either Philly gonna keep him or he going to LA Clippers. We got Malik Beasley, Beverly, Sadiq Bey.
Sadiq Bey, that name up there, he probably ain't coming back. I think he got What he blew his Achilles or tore his tendon. He did something. I think he's probably gonna be out for a whole nother year.
Okay.
I think he blew. So I think I seen somewhere. I like Sadiq Bey, another Villanova dude. You know what I mean? But I think he blew something something with his leg, maybe a hamstring or something like that.
Yep. But I'll tell you, a lot of these cats, I think they're gonna be someone gonna be with their former teams, but you got a lot of savvy veterans in there. Robert Covington, Crowder. You don't want him. DeMar DeRozan probably gonna stay where he at or go out to LA. Andre Drummond, the one that I think is pretty interesting. I know Kessler Edwards. Nah, that ain't the one I'm thinking about. So I mean, it's interesting, but you got some guys out there, some pretty good guys out there. Trent Forrest, Mikhail Fultz, Todd Gibson.
Todd, his name's still coming up. Look at that.
Yeah, Gordon Hayward, Isaiah Hartenstein, Tobias Harris. He ain't getting. Here's the thing about Tobias though. He don't have to. He just got rid of. He just got off for $39 million. He's never going to get that again. He could get a vet minimum. But Long Island, cat could D up the best of them. But he could D him up now. He take on the best players out there. So it's guys like that you might have to wonder about. Long Island native, guys like that who could shoot the three ball, who could D up anybody at that 3 spot pretty much or 4. He's pretty swift there. It's interesting. There's a lot of guys out there you got to think about, but a lot of these guys probably some of them signed with their main teams. It's interesting. I heard about DeAnthony Milton. I heard somebody talking about the Knicks interested in him. You know what I mean? So we had to see how it goes. A lot of guys out there. I don't know what the Knicks gonna do, but whatever they do, I think they're gonna make the best thing, man. They're gonna make the best choice for us. But he said hell no to James. I agree with Yak. He said Berto said hell no to any James. We built something just to mess it up. Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. We try to think out scenarios of what happened, but I don't see the Knicks doing too much other than figuring out how to bring some of our guys back. For obviously pay Anunoby and Hartenstein. I think them the biggest thing out of all the things we talked about tonight. I think Anunoby and Hartenstein is probably the most important things.
That is the only thing. Everything else that we talked about, whatever.
I do believe a lot. Think about the 3 players we talking about. We talking about Anunoby, Hartenstein, and I think the next one is Mitchell Robinson. Why I put all the 3 together? Injury history. That's where I think the Knicks is looking at this overall picture. I think Julius Randle will be the 4th situation because you still got to remember he's going to play up he got a trade kicker. He got a 15% trade kicker. So it's going to be interesting, man. I'm glad we're in here having the fun with the thing tonight and all that good stuff. But I think at the end of the day, I think the Knicks going to run it back. I think they run it back, minus a player here or there because they can't sign them. But I do think the Knicks going to run it back. I think the Knicks realize if we was healthy, they might be playing right now. Possibly. They could have been playing. You never know. If the Knicks was fully healthy, you don't know. They could have been playing them Dallas Mavericks, Jalen Brunson against his whole team. You just never know. So I think they're gonna look to bring it. I don't have a problem. As long as they sign Anunoby, to me, he's the big one for me. Because you sign Anunoby, that means you got Brunson, Randle, and Anunoby. You just built around that shit. Them 3 dudes right there, you build around them 3. Anunoby, Randle, and Jalen Brunson, and you do whatever you got to do with everything else. Because Josh Hart locked in, DiVincenzo locked in. I'm glad they locked Deuce Bride up and stuff like that. So that's going to be the major thing for me. What else they doing, I don't know. We only speculating and just having possibilities. But we do got to keep an eye on a lot of the stuff out there, especially when it comes to Mitchell Robinson. I think he's the longest tenured Knick. Knicks didn't draft him. They didn't draft Randle either. I mean, I'm in other words, this regime didn't bring in Randle. This regime didn't bring in Mitchell Robinson. That was the Steve Mills regime brought them guys in here. But I know being that Randle's locked up for $30 million in the next couple of years, I just think it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with Mitchell Robinson. To me, I just think only because of the injury, ladies and gentlemen, nothing else. Or the Knicks willing to pay that boy $14 million next year if he ain't playing. That's it. Because I think them ankles are just it's going to be a lot to deal with. Mitchell Robinson go up and come down. I think what happened to Mitchell Robinson, Shaw Powers, he put on too much weight. He almost was what happened to Patrick Ewing with his knees. Remember before Pat put on all that weight, Pat was killing Joker with block shot coming out of Georgetown. But when Pat bulked up to deal with Shaquille O'Neal and all these big boys, that's when all that weight started hitting his knees. And I think Mitchell Robinson with them baby tiny feet, he got to be 7 foot. He got baby feet to me. So he seemed like he just been his whole Knicks career, man. He played 1 year when he got his bag. He didn't play over 50, 60 games, almost like 3 or 4 years. He's been here 6 years. And I think that's going to be something they got to think about, especially if they want to sign other guys. And we'll see how it goes, man. But ladies and gentlemen, I just want to get here tonight, man. Have a little something with you guys, man, because I know I ain't seen y'all in the last couple of weeks since we got bounced out the second round. But I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks, man, and the summer and everything. Obviously the draft will be coming up pretty soon. NBA lottery in there. Knicks might be dangling them 2 picks they got from what I was reading out there. They might dangle them picks. I would love to get that cat for Purdue, Edie. Like, if I don't have no problem with that. Let me ask y'all a question: who winning the NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen? Holla at your boy. Who y'all think winning the NBA Finals? That's going to be a good one. I can't honestly say much as I hate Boston, but I like that matchup because Kyrie and Luka is real offense-minded dudes, and you're going up against another team who got a lot of defense-minded. Jaylen Brown and Derek White. I mean, and Drew Holiday. How Drew Holiday going to match up with Kyrie Irving? Are they going to put Jaylen Brown on Luka? And Jaylen Brown plays Luka pretty good from when I'm looking at the stats and everything. Alberto got Dallas. He got Dallas over the is that because you think they're a better team or because you don't like Boston? Hit me up, Alberto.
I'm with Dallas.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't as much as I want to be on the East Coast, I can't root for Boston. I can't root for why. I never forget the time when I went to the Boston Red Sox game when the Yankees played there and how they treated us.
Oh man,
and we were deep. We were deep there. We were deep, and they were disrespectful.
He said Dallas is 6. D-Rouse got Dallas is 6. Here's where I would say all depends what happened with Porzingis. If he come back in the series, that could change. Jason Tatum and Jason Brown have been there. There's 5 Eastern Conference Finals in their first 7 years. Do they think they're ready to get over the hump? It's gonna be interesting because I always got to think that it really depends on if Porzingis come back in the series. Porzingis come back in the series might be different. We'll see. But they did a good job down there, man, bringing in P.J. Washington, Daniel Gafford, all them guys. But they really did a good job down there. You got to give the Dallas Mavericks credit. And Luka finally, he's a seasoned veteran now. He's been here for 4 or 5 years. Young, he's still young too. Seasoned veteran, but he's been here long enough. And he's hungry for a ring. That's on. That's a lure to him. Jason Kidd, the coach, that's a lure to them guys. Jason Coach said, "Listen, if I get a ring, I want a ring playing for Dallas, and I want a ring coaching Dallas." So these guys, they got reasons why they want to win this damn thing. Luka will cement himself as one of the better NBA players that ever played the game. If he win this year, he'll start following the joke of the European players who came in here, all that skill set, won a ring. Joker got his. Luka might feel like, well, Kyrie, I can get mine. So we'll see how it goes.
Kyrie is definitely playing some good basketball. He's a vet, and he got a ring on his finger. Don't sleep on Kyrie. He got a ring.
Yeah, right.
Got one for Cavaliers. Cavs. I mean,
let me tell you something. I'm about to hit y'all with some crazy shit that we get up out of here. If Dallas don't win this year, you know who they missing piece is? He from Dallas, Julius Randle. That's their missing piece. If they don't win that ring, Julius Randle is from Dallas. That third scoring option. Julius Randle, go home to Dallas, and we get off the contract. That you got to watch out for that as well. It's like I said, especially if they don't win it. What would be the reason they don't win it? I don't know, because they got some damn prolific outspit scoring down there, Shop Out. I don't know. But listen, man, it's been fun. We're gonna get up out of here. We just want to get in and say salute to the family, everybody, man. I'm hoping y'all enjoy your summer. We'll see y'all maybe next week. So we're gonna try to. I know we're gonna get some more content popping off. Ain't too much you can create when we talk about it all tonight, but we're gonna keep it going. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, Alberto. He's from Texas, bro. He book around and go down with Luca. He got the type of game that fits down there. Inside, outside, bully ball. He can shoot it inside and go out there and everything, man. So we just have to see how it goes, man. But I think our Knicks gonna be okay. And we'll probably hear something dropping. AP got the Mavs doing a damn thing. That's interesting, man. I gotta go with the Mavs because I damn sure ain't root for no damn green.
Man, I can't do Boston.
Yeah. But listen, man, Shop Out, give me your last word, my brother, so we can get up out of here, man.
Salute to the family in the chat as always. Divine, you already know, man. I talked to you a little later on and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And all that safe passage and all that, that all that good stuff and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Get there and hit me up when you can do. Let me know everything. You know what I mean? Let me know everything. We'll probably be back on another week or so. There'll be some more hoopla out there. Remember those names that I put out there tonight, man, because those are going to be some of the bigger names that the Knicks look for. The Bookers, the Mikal Bridges, the Paul Georges. You may see Giannis, you may see Embiid. Those are going to be some big. If they're looking for Paul George, there'll be some big names out there. If the Knicks want to acquire them. But it's all about the money. So remember that, man. When you're thinking about a trade or you're thinking about something to bring over here to the Knicks, remember the apron, not the cap, the apron. The apron tax takes away everything, takes away everything. The apron tax takes away everything. So just remember that. As a Knicks fan, Brock Alley ain't going to let that happen, I don't believe. So let's get it.
Yeah, real talk. On another note, whoever you bring here got to make sure they fit the system.
Facts.
Not any player can come here because I don't get how can they fit or do they got a work ethic that Tibbs want? Do they play hard for like Tibbs want? So any player that we bring into New York, they got to make sure they play this type of system that the New York Knicks play. Number one, they got to play both sides of the ball. They got to go hard. They got to have heart. They ain't got that. They ain't coming over here because Tibbs don't coach people like that. That's why Obi not here. All of us shit, So he want players that got that grit in them, and I think that's what
LeBron James.
Right. I just didn't like the man. I got you, man. AP, I'm on you with that. That's why this is tough. That's why I'm not really rooting for either one of these guys because
right.
But I know it's the NBA and they there. If I had to make a choice, I don't even know if I could make a choice. I really don't. So, but listen, man. Thank y'all for coming in. Hit that button before y'all leave the door. We'll see y'all next weekend, man. And we, like I said, with the draft coming up, if anything come down the pipeline, we'll definitely be in to talk about it, man. We'll create some content as always. Y'all guys enjoy the rest of your week. Keep enjoying your summer. Be safe out there and just enjoy your summer, man. You know what I mean? And keep doing what you're doing. But first and foremost, be safe and make sure y'all check out Knicks Real Talk. Look for that notification. We'll be in the building. I think we're gonna have a really great season coming up this year, man. Content, everything gonna be pretty off the chain. We're gonna do some good things this year, so we're looking forward to it. So y'all look out for it, man. Until then, Divine, Shy Powers, the chat is where it's at. We'll see you cats on the next one. We out, man. Peace.
Peace.
We
Knicks fans, yo, we coming hard.
It's time for this real taller hobby going live on a televised with orange blue skies with we on that Friday night Knicks with our Knicks constituents lift the ultra trip. That's that Knicks orange and blue. I thought you knew it's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. We stand on business. This real talk brand, we in this. We in the streets of Manhattan, people the action, getting the people reacting, leading up to Knicks and he's getting it cracked. Cause it's game time. We in the world most famous. We're seeing the Knicks lock your team up. I be stirring just like a subpoena. You know the Knicks fan. We feeling real giddy and litty. New York City, gritty committee to beat the city by 50. We're about to get me a nice cipher with a smart quarter on ice. For a few bucks in the quarter to pay the order with my smart device. We got them getting it popping in the Apple Watch. Let the home, let the poppin' stopping on the Apple Watch. It's Knicks Real Talk, the team streaming on YouTube.com. We got two dudes doing good moves, spot on, dropping the bomb. When the cop got a spot to dropping some of the hottest Nick content that's up in your head. Enough said, you know, upstairs leaving the guard after they done got me back. Most like a cab to fly back to the triad, no jet lag.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We